Hey guys, how are we? Well, Merry Christmas to you. It's Christmas Day 2021, and we're getting close to the end of the year, and I think 2022 is going to be a real showstopper, quite literally. So, yeah, interesting times. I hope you're having a wonderful time with the family and with your friends, and just enjoying yourself and having a bit of a rest from the craziness that ensues. I know different governments around the world are trying to curtail Christmas and New Year celebrations, and you know, a lot of faith festivals, and you know, Christian services and all that sort of stuff. And look, we live in difficult times, and you know, I don't know when things are going to get better. I am optimistic about 2022 in one aspect, so it just depends if there's a new and scary strain emerge. Anyway, look, so things are, as I said, you know, the thing to watch are the airlines. And if you look at Delta, for example, apparently they cancelled a lot of their flights yesterday, and sort of saying that they didn't have enough staff. And yeah, I find that quite interesting. I mean, we kind of expected that. This is the sort of stuff that we're expecting, right? So we're expecting a lot of the airlines to have reduced services because you know, they can't get enough staff, or whatever excuse they want to come up with, or you know, they have limited sort of routes that they're going to offer. And this is going to happen everywhere. This is not just in the US. I know Delta's copying it at the moment. That's what you do when that's what happens when you leave people stranded on Christmas Eve. So things are really heating up, and in a way that we expect. So if this continues on, then I reckon you can expect some severe financial corrections come next year. And that means that the airlines could actually cease to operate. I know there's a lot of guys on the Overseas Exiles group on Facebook that are basically organising their chartered flights to Mexico, which is interesting. I know one group, I think their fees are about $5,000 each, and there's another group that I think theirs is 10, but they're direct flights straight from Australia to Mexico, so that's interesting. Gee, saves you a lot of time. I did look at flights for us, and one of them was 31 hours. So it would have meant that we'd go with Qatar to Abu Dhabi, I think it is, and then another 17 hours to Dallas, and then you know, I think there's a 1 hour layover, and then you're sort of off to Mexico. So if you get on to, say, Google, you can actually search your travel. Once you're signed into Google, you can search your travel destinations, and it will bring up a list of all the different airlines and different travel destinations and costs, etc. So it's a little handy tool, that one, so that you can sort of figure out, okay, how much is it going to cost me to get from, you know, point A to point B, and what options are available, and what are the expenses, etc. So that is a good little tool to have. So yeah, so there's lots of different options out there, but as I said, I'm expecting a lot of those options, in particular with transport, to cease to exist next year sometime. As soon as you see this next sort of bout of financial closures, etc. So yeah, so just kind of expecting that at the moment, and you know, hate to be a doomsayer, but I think when you start piecing it together, you can see what's coming. So I don't think that's any surprise there. But for us, Mexico seems to be the place to look at the moment. I'm certainly making some plans around that. But yeah, so anyway, I'm actually a little excited. So just trying to figure out where in Mexico we'd like to locate ourselves, and just have a look for different, you know, opportunities there. So yeah, that's it's going to be interesting. So in regards to crypto is actually making a bit of a surge, and I sort of said that in the video yesterday. And crypto is, it's kind of almost a bit of an alternative for gold. A lot of people want to go to a safe haven when there's a bit of turbulence, or a bit of a threat of turbulence coming. And you know, you look at the price of a Bitcoin, for example, at the moment, and a lot of people are saying that if you just allowed gold to appreciate without market manipulation, it would probably be around the same price as Bitcoin. So it's interesting. The other thing is crypto is a lot easier to actually liquidate, to use. You know, with currencies, you want it to be fungible, transferable, divisible. And it's very hard to divide a big chunk of kilogram block of gold, or a 1 ounce gold coin. So, and that's why a lot of people prefer silver in regards to that as currency. So anyway, technical stuff. So yeah, so anyway, that's where things are at for a lot of people. That's what they're looking at. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, I want to get into precious metals. If you're sort of staying in the same location and you don't really need to relocate, precious metals is okay. You can't eat precious metals, just remember that. The other thing with precious metals is that they don't earn interest. They can only sort of appreciate or depreciate depending on where the market's going. So, but you know, 20% investment in precious metals is good. But cryptocurrencies offer a much better opportunity for capital growth. They're also fungible, divisible, transferable, and so that means that a lot of people are looking at cryptocurrencies at the moment in regards to a bit of a safe haven to store their value. So, yeah, I mean, as I was saying, a lot of people take their crypto offline and put it into what they call cold storage, which is sort of like an encrypted wallet, and that sort of secures it just in case some of the exchanges get hacked, like Mt. Goth, whatever it was, and you lose it. So you put it into cold storage and sort of transfer it when you need it. So anyway, look, that's just what a lot of people are doing, and I think that's a fairly smart thing to do. So yeah, but beautiful weather here in Athens at the moment. It's about 16 degrees, which is a pleasant change from the freezing nightmare that was the last couple of weeks. Beautiful sunny conditions, and really enjoying it. So yeah, all right guys, well, I hope you're enjoying your Christmas with family and friends. If you're not with a whole heap of family, Don't dismay, it's a lot of people going through that, so dear. Welcome to Athens. Apparently the cool thing here to do is to remove the muffler off your moped. It makes you more manly, like riding a miniaturized version of a chopper. So yeah, so interesting times, as I said. Don't act rashly. I've thought in previous videos, you know, I've sort of tried to evaluate different locations against different measures, and you know, using GDP per capita to sort of look at the value of infrastructure in those locations, and then looking at value of currencies and cost of living, and you know, done a bit of a deep dive in different locations at the moment. Oh, while I remember looking at what's happening in on the border of Ukraine and Russia at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, there's 140,000 troops built up there, and it's growing. So as I said in the previous video, they're sort of expecting some sort of conflict between Russia and NATO taking over Ukraine in the spring, which would be about April, May. And some analysts are saying that that could actually occur when China tries some action against Taiwan, and then the US is forced to look at things in two different fronts, which they won't do. So they'll probably let Taiwan go, and then you will see NATO battle against Russia for Ukraine. So going to be interesting times, and that's kind of what I'm expecting next year. The other thing that we're seeing at the moment, Solomon Islands has invited China in to bring in the peace with riot squads, and that's really China. We're going to see a lot more of this, China coming in, particularly within Oceania, the Asia Pacific, and under the guise of, say, peacekeeper. And really it's just going to be basically a takeover, and so just keep mindful of that when you look at this stuff. That's what we're seeing. So anyway, just thought I'd put that on your radar, and if I see anything else that's interesting, I'll let you know. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then please do so. If you enjoy it, hit the like button and subscribe, and you can go to the Overseas Exiles Facebook group and sign up there, and yeah, join the discussion. All right, guys, thanks for staying tuned and watching, and we'll speak to you soon.